Hello children, in your lower classes you learned the small model of earth is called what? Globe. The small model of earth is called the globe. This is a globe and see here you can see and this globe is moving on an imaginary axis. This is the imaginary axis. Actually there is no axis. ശരിക്കും ഇവിടെ ഇതുപോലെ കട്ടിയുള്ള ആക്സിസ് ഒന്നും ഇല്ല. ഇങ്ങനെ കറങ്ങുന്നത് കൊണ്ട് ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു ഇതിനെ എന്ത് പറയും, നമ്മളൊരു ഇമാജിനറി ആക്സിസ് ആണ്. നമ്മൾ ഇമാജിൻ ചെയ്യുകയാണ് എർത്ത് ഒരു ആക്സിസിലൂടെയാണ് മൂവ് ചെയ്യുന്നതെന്ന്. ഓക്കെ, ആൻഡ് ദിസ് ഈസ് കോൾഡ് സോ ദിസ് ഈസ് ആൻ ഇമാജിനറി ആക്സിസ് ആൻഡ് ഹിയർ യു ക്യാൻ സീ എ ലൈൻ and this is the equator which divides the earth into two halves and upper part and lower part, and this is what north pole and this is south pole, and the part upper part is called northern hemisphere and lower part is called southern hemisphere. Northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Okay, and see here you can see India. Here you can see our India, and if you have a globe at home you observe all this. And next let us learn about the movements of earth. Movements of the earth. There are two types of movements, rotation and revolution. You might have learned in your third standard science rotation and revolution. The spinning of the earth on its own axis is called rotation. What is rotation? The spinning of the earth on its own axis is called rotation. And the earth completes one rotation in 24 hours. All of you mark it. The time period is called a solar day. ഒരു സോളാർ ഡേ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരു ദിവസം അല്ലെ. സോളാർ മീൻസ് വാട്ട്? സൺ. ആൻഡ് ഒരു ദിവസം ആണ് ഒരു സോളാർ ഡേ. റൊട്ടേഷൻ ഓഫ് ദ എർത്ത് കോസസ് ഡേ ആൻഡ് നൈറ്റ്. ആൻഡ് സി ദിസ് ഈസ് ആൻ ഇമാജിനറി axis and it moves like this. This is rotation. This is rotation. Okay, and this is rotation. Then rotation causes what? Day and night. The next movement is revolution. The movement of the earth around the sun is called revolution. And see, I told you it moves on its own axis like this, and at the same time you just imagine this is a sun, and you just imagine this is a sun, and this earth moves around the sun like this, completely moving around the sun like this. Okay, and see now moving like this, and when it see like this, it moves around the sun. This movement of earth is called what? Revolution. ഇത് ഇങ്ങനെയും കറങ്ങും. ഇതെന്താണ്? റൊട്ടേഷൻ. ഇങ്ങനെ കറങ്ങിക്കൊണ്ട് സൂര്യന്റെ ചുറ്റും കറങ്ങും അല്ലെ. അപ്പൊ ഈ ഇങ്ങനെ കറങ്ങുന്നത്, സ്വയം കറങ്ങുന്നത് എന്താണ്? റൊട്ടേഷൻ. സൂര്യന്റെ ചുറ്റും കറങ്ങുന്നത് എന്താണ്? റെവല്യൂഷൻ. ഓക്കെ, സോ ടു ടൈപ്സ് ഓഫ് മൂവ്മെന്റ്സ് ആർ ദർ. Then the earth takes about 365 and 1/4 days to complete one revolution. This time period is called a solar year. 365 days ആണ് 1 year. മനസ്സിലായോ? 1 year. അപ്പൊ അതിനെ നമ്മൾ എന്ത് പറയും? സോളാർ ഇയർ. We call it solar year. Underline all of you. Revolution of the earth causes seasons. Rotation, day and night. Revolution, seasons. All of you learn like this. Rotation, day and night. Revolution, seasons. And at a certain time seasons vary in regions above and below the equator of the earth. And seasons vary. Why it is so? Because some parts are nearer to the sun and some parts are not nearer to the sun. So seasons vary from place to place and region to region, and upper hemisphere and lower hemisphere is there. That is northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, and the seasons also change. Then day and night. The part of the earth facing the sun receives sunlight and has day. The other half of the earth that is away from the sun does not receive any sunlight and is in darkness. So it has night. As the earth rotates, different places move near or away from the sunlight. This causes day and night. The earth rotates from west to east on its axis. So the sun appears to rise in the east and sets in the west. The earth rotates from west to east. So we have the feeling that sun rises in the east and sets in the west. So rotation of the earth causes day and night. Here you can see this is sun and the part which is facing towards the sun has day. ഏത് ഫേസ് ആണോ എർത്തിൻ്റെ ഏത് ഫേസ് ആണോ സണ്ണിൻ്റെ നേരെ ആ സ്ഥലത്തിന് എന്തായിരിക്കും ഡേ ആൻഡ് നൈറ്റ്. ആൻഡ് ഡു ദ മൾട്ടിപ്പിൾ ചോയ്സ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ്. An imaginary line passing through the center of the earth from the north pole to the south pole is called, this imaginary line is called what? Axis. All of you write the answer. Rotation of the earth causes day and night. Rotation of the earth causes day and night. Okay. So all of you listen here, look here. You can see now I have a globe here and you can see one part of the globe. And if I am showing a torch to this globe, you can see the other part of the globe. See. Now you can see the lighted part which has day. See. And if it is moving like this, you can see the lighted part. You can see. See here, half part you can see, and half part somewhat dark, and the part which gets light as day. And see, if I am rotating this, then next part getting light. Okay. And like this, the face of the earth which is facing towards the sun gets light and it has day. Other part has night. Okay. Other part has night. So what are the things we learned today? We learned the structure of earth. All of you learned the different layers. And axis we learned, equator we learned, northern hemisphere we learned, southern hemisphere we learned, rotation, revolution. And read up to this. Okay, today itself all of you read and learn this. Then it will be very easy to learn. Okay.